Welcome everyone to another edition, and as you know, our motto on our broadcasting on the beach with Halftime Howie, we give you three things. We try to give you three things every week. With Heather Lerman, her amazing work, she was our information. Taylor Greenberg was our entertainment. And now we've come to our inspiration. And Michael Banks, welcome back. Your story was so compelling. Welcome back.
Hello.
And we bring back, has been on many shows before, great person, speech therapist, Lisa DiPasquale. Lisa.
Hi, Howie. How are you?
I'm great. And now, Lisa, you had the chance of meeting with Michael before the show. And what are your thoughts? Because you've had so much experience with speech therapy and a lot with older senior citizens with Alzheimer's and dementia. But Michael's a young man. He's going to be 28 soon. What are your initial thoughts of Michael?
I think that's what's on his side, the fact that you're young and things heal and things change so much quicker than when you're older. So I'd love to help you.
Michael, you have such a compelling story. For the people that might have missed it, in your short life, you've already had 8 brain surgeries. Talk about the journey. You're turning 28. Talk about the journey that you faced that most people could never imagine, that you've been through 8 surgeries already in your young life.
Well, I kind of didn't really expect to see coming. I think no one really does, but like I said, my parents and I, we kind of expected me to become like, businessman, whatever, and I go becoming one of those, artsy film, video, whatever guys. And I kind of just walked into this world of, being in the hospital and seeing doctors and obviously having brain surgeries, and I've never been to the hospital before for anything, never had tonsils or broken bones or any of that. So it was kind of, I guess, a friend would see it must be a really difficult way to get used to that. Going from no doctor, seeing a doctor, every day. But, I know it sounds weird, but I kind of just am used to bad stuff like that happening. And, that is kind of a depressing way to look at it, but I viewed it from the beginning as even if it would be a bad, way of, going about life, I still would, not so much beat it or be a 100% again. I knew that would never happen. But, as long as I, keep surviving it and I keep, doing what I can do the best, that's all I ever really needed. I'm not looking to be a millionaire, be a famous or anything, but, what I go through can make other people feel better about the way they are, because I've seen, kids, people that are going to be in wheelchairs and life support their whole life, and that must really be hard, and I'm glad that isn't happening to me, but it could have. So I don't want to be just another one of those statistics of bad stuff happening. I want to, you can, even though this happened to you, you can be one of these, not millionaires of famous people, but you can turn your negative into a positive. And that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, Lisa, just to educate our audience, talk about how, in your role as a speech therapist, what kind of things would you do to help someone in Michael's position?
What we usually practice is compensatory strategies. So I would use strategies to help with speech production, with breathing, coordination. So the speech would be smoother, the speech would be clearer, and the strategies would be practiced not just when I saw him on his own, doing his own home program.
You think that something that you might be willing to embrace?
Embrace? I don't know, because I've, been doing this and taking the get by for 7 years on now. I know it's not perfect, but I've done, the exercises with, saying the same thing over and over and over, and it's like, oh, I don't want to keep doing this.
It's tough, I know.
It is tough, but Lisa, talk about how you think it's so important that before you meet with a client, you don't like to go through their files, you don't like to know anything about them, that it's that first meeting and seeing what a person is like is so important. Talk about why you approach it that way, that you always feel it's better to meet someone in person instead of judging them through a video or through paper records.
Obviously, sometimes you do have to go through paper records. I don't want to say I never do that, because some things you have to know about. MRSA, things that are communicable, that are, medically that you have to protect yourself. But when it comes to the actual speech production, the swallowing, I like to look at a patient, get to know the patient. This way I can go in there with a clean slate, without any prejudgment.
And Lisa, not having to do with Michael, because he's certainly not a senior citizen, but I'm dealing with this with my own family and so are many people, that, let's face it, people are living longer these days. My mom's 89 and she's going through short-term memory issues like so many seniors are, and they're living much longer. 40, 50 years ago, people were expected to live 60, 65 years. Now, it's not uncommon where people live well into their 90s. People living longer, but as people are living longer, more dementia, Alzheimer's are coming up. Talk about your work with seniors and what's the best thing you can do to help seniors, especially with the onset of Alzheimer's and short-term memory issues and things like that.
Well, just for a tidbit, I had a patient 4 years ago who lived to 115.
Wow.
So we are living longer. And with that, our bodies break down, our brain, our organs. So the best thing is for families to really know their family members. It's not just, oh, he has a little senility. You really gotta look at your family members, and you have to know your parents. And it's a hard thing to break, okay, Dad, you're not gonna be driving anymore. That's a tough one. So I think that family members need to be more aware. Family education is really what comes in first, and then the referral. You know what? You might need a little bit of physical therapy. You might need a little bit of occupational therapy, speech therapy. And sometimes you need to go to an ALF where your needs are met.
Is there anything on the market today that can help someone who does have short-term memory issues to kind of improve where their memory improves a little bit, and then they don't, in a lot of cases, repeat that same question over and over again? But really, it's just not really much you can do with that.
At this point, there is no magic pill, but diet, exercise, and let's say your mom is forgetting. Maybe write it down. Like, she can't remember the phone number, so over the phone you'd write the phone number. So that strategy would help her. Oh yeah, I know, 981-4532. You have to come up with strategies, but there's no pill.
Yeah, I got to give my brother credit. Where my mom lives now, she lived in her own home for 60 years. This past February, we moved her to an assisted living facility, and there's notes all over the apartment. Mom, you moved to Maplewood in February. You have a son. You have an older son, Charlie, and
Perfect.
a younger son, Howie. You have 3 grandchildren. You now live at Maplewood. And I think that's so important to have those daily reminders. But one of the things I worry about most is with my mom, and I'm sure other people have this issue, is the physical injuries. which I think can really go to making the whole situation that much more difficult. My mom passed on Christmas Day. She fell and broke her 5 ribs, and she recovered from that. And then 6 weeks ago, she had another fall and fractured her pelvis. So we've had 2 major falls in the last 9-10 months, and each one has taken several weeks to heal. And it's my biggest fear is that hopefully we don't have another fall. But I think as people get older, their bones kind of break down. They're not as stable on their feet, and I think that contributes to the overall stress that we deal with our parents who are getting up there in age.
Safety awareness is one of the biggest items that, obviously, when you're losing your short-term memory, safety awareness. Oh, I have to step over the rug, or I have to step up to go in the kitchen. And they're not remembering to do that. They're not remembering to shut off the toaster or shut off the stove. So there are risks that happen because safety awareness is decreased as we get older and older and older. It's a big one.
I appreciate that. And Michael, again, I want to thank you again for sharing your story, and you're truly an inspiration, and we just want you every day get a little better and never give up, and show people out there that you can be an inspiration to others, and that every day live your life to your fullest and give it the best you have every single day.
Do that. It helps.
All right. So we thank Michael Banks, we thank Lisa DiPasquale for a very, very riveting, moving segment. Thank you.
Thank you.